Hello, our esteemed viewers, and welcome to our top-notch education consultancy programs. I am your presenter, Oyuga Z. Omolo. This morning, I would like to do a presentation on essay writing. And I believe this is critical because as we continue to prepare our students for the national examination, it is critical that we also consider questions that probably would excite their mind and prepare them for what is ahead of them. So in our today's program, I'll be talking about writing an essay from a compulsory set book. In this case, I will be writing an essay from Fathers of the Nation. And I want to give a possible question when you're writing an essay, that education can open doors for you, but doesn't guarantee happiness. Maybe that is what has been given in the national examination, and the candidate is supposed to tackle that kind of question. Education can open doors for you, but doesn't guarantee happiness. Then you're told to discuss this question, giving clear illustrations from Paul B. Vita's novel, Fathers of Nations. How are you supposed to tackle that question? I think this is a question or a task that can easily be interpreted using certain illustrations from the text. As we have always said, that introduction is about interpreting the task. So you have to interpret the task, and you have to get the key words from the task that you have been given. In this case, there is a keyword, education. And the other bit is guaranteeing, doesn't guarantee success. And also the bit that it can open doors, the idea of opening doors. So these areas must be interpreted. So education, in this case, you can interpret it that acquisition of knowledge from institution doesn't bring the happiness in life. So once you bring out that idea of knowledge that we acquire from learning institutions, and the fact that that knowledge that you require from this institution cannot bring the peace or the happiness that you need in life, then you shall have actually interpreted this question. So that is at the level of an introduction. Now let me move to the body of this essay if you really want to write a good essay. Now, I think that we have characters in this text that have gone through learning institution to the highest levels, and you can easily pick them. We can easily pick the character of Karanja Kimani, professor. We can easily pick another character, Seif Tahir, that has gone through school, is well educated. We can also pick even Tuni, the daughter of Karanja Kimani, because Tuni has gone to school and is even attending some seminar. That is part of learning that we need to get. But we want to look at it vis-a-vis what we learn in school. Does it guarantee happiness? So as a candidate or as a student, you really need to look at the two sides of the question. The first bit is education, and the second bit is that it can open doors for you. No, it is education opening doors for you. Then the other bit is the bit of guaranteeing happiness. Of course, it can open the doors, but that does not guarantee happiness. So you must bring out the two sides even as you bring your essay. So let me just give the cases that you would pick. For instance, say you have picked the case of Karanja Kimani, the professor. What are you going to do to explain to the examiner that you really understand the question? Now, let's take the case of Professor Karanja Kimani. Professor Karanja Kimani has graduated from the University of Oxford, and having acquired that knowledge, he actually gets to the University of Nairobi, where he is a lecturer and rises to the level of a senior lecturer. So that tells you that is someone that is educated. And again, even from the perspective of trying to change the university to be relevant to the society, it is a demonstration that is a very knowledgeable person. But again, when we look at the other side of it, the flip side part of it, does that rising up to the highest level guarantee Professor Karanja Kimani happiness? It doesn't, because it is from the same university that he tried so much to improve that actually has been he's got his frustrations. So if you look at the life of Karanja Kimani first, his wife Asia Omondi lives in for newborn Walomu. And when that happens, he goes and wants to confront the MP, that is newborn Walomu. And what happens after that? Of course, after the tussle between the two of them, it is Professor Karanja Kimani who has been arrested and has been imprisoned. When he gets out of jail, he has actually been demoted from the position that he held previously as a senior lecturer to just a mere lecturer. Remember, this guy has got a lot of knowledge, but still he's going through a lot of suffering. So what we are trying to say here, of course, you have also to consider the fact that even his daughter Tuni has died in a road accident. Despite all his education and every other thing, Professor Kimani doesn't have the happiness that he needs in life. So it confirms to us beyond any reasonable doubt that probably the knowledge that we acquire from the learning institutions can open doors, like it has opened doors for Professor Karanja Kimani when he gets to the University of Nairobi and he gets all those promotions. But then at the end of the day, it doesn't guarantee him happiness in life. And we can pick instances in his life that shows that he's not a very happy person. Has lost a daughter, at the same time his wife has left him for the MP, that is newborn Walomu. So that is one case. The second case that I would want to bring to your attention is the life of Saif Tahir. Saif Tahir, remember, went to Abdulaziz Academy. Having gone through that education, then he moves to the University of Paris. And from the University of Paris, he comes back to Libya. And is employed at the Feast of Allah. And actually is now an employee and got quite a number of he's got the money. But at the end of it all, does he have the happiness? Opportunities are there. When he gets from the university, the first opportunity that he gets is to work at the Feast of Allah. And he had always dreamt to make nuclear weapons for Libya. But again, does that one offer him happiness? The answer is no. Because when the Al-Qaeda attacks America, and America now wants to retaliate, of course, the targets would be those countries that are making nuclear weapons. So Libya now becomes a target. And when Libya becomes a target, what happens is that the president now dismantles the Feast of Allah. And that means that Saif Tahir loses his employment. So you can see, he's got the education, he's been employed, but again, the bit of happiness is now beginning to disappear. And from there again, we realize that while he was working at the Feast of Allah, there was this woman that she was involved in, and that is Mahmoud. What happens? What happens? You remember what we call the accident when there was a problem between him and this woman. He wanted this woman. The woman actually gave him a sweet no, but he interpreted that to mean a no. And finally he slapped the woman, and having slapped this woman, then the woman also wants to retaliate, and in the process she slits his left eye with the pepper clip or pepper pin. And that creates now another problem. He has lost an eye. And in the process, again, when he's from jail, he actually takes this woman to court. Of course, her eye is also removed. But what is important here is the suffering bit of Saif Tahir when he loses his eye. Now, after that, there are so many things that have happened in his life. Remember, he's lost a job. At the same time, he's lost his eyes. And he actually lapses into a depression. And when he lapses into a depression, there is nothing much that he can do. He has to get back to the village in Bagazi. So what are we trying to say? A very educated person from Abdulaziz Academy to the University of Paris, but that doesn't guarantee him the peace in his life. He loses his job, he loses his eye, and finally he lapses into a depression. So you can look at that and actually confirms beyond any reasonable doubt that education is good, yes, but it doesn't guarantee you happiness. Now, we can also pick another case. I want to pick a very simple case here, the case of Tuni. Tuni Kimani has gone to school and is still actually acquiring some knowledge, going to seminar to learn more about security, especially the private security of an individual. And from that, we realize that she's knowledgeable. She's gone to school. But again, that doesn't guarantee what we call happiness. Look at the way she's lost her life in a road accident. So it is a brief context. But again, you can use that to explain the question that I have given. That is, education can open doors. Of course, it has opened doors for Tuni. Tuni can now go to seminars. But again, happiness is not there because she loses her life in a road accident. So obviously, when we want to check on this question, you realize that there are so many places where we can do our illustration. So far, I've given you 3. I want you to think about the third one, because you also have to interact with the information and probably bring out what the question requires. I've given you 3 cases. If you go to my community portal, you will definitely get the 4th one. It is there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, get to the community portal of the same YouTube channel, and you will get the entire information, because I have notes and have written the answers for that particular question. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do so and share and interact with the information that we have. May God bless you abundantly.